It seems like everything coming to Fortnite in the next couple of months just got randomly leaked out of nowhere today. Fortnite leaks absolutely just exploded, and every corner of the game seems to be involved right now. Some of the stuff that we're going to talk about feels absolutely insane, like a new photo mode, modes that are actually going to be merging together very, very soon, as well as some awesome new skins and leaks for Fortnite mares. But a lot of this, and the majority of it, is unconfirmed because it is leaks from a supposed insider. Now, we're going to talk about all of the biggest leaks, what I think is really likely to happen, and what might be a bit too ambitious for the game, or stuff that has already been disproved, and where you should be very cautiously excited about the future of Fortnite, because even if just a couple of these things are real, we have a lot of really cool stuff to look forward to, and Fortnite's future looks very bright. When you're looking through this, you may kind of feel like it's a fever dream of Fortnite. Like if somebody were to dream about Fortnite while they're sleeping, this is what it would look like. But there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of bold ideas, and some realism coming to Fortnite very soon. Now, one of the first things on this list from an insider that actually came from a document of other stuff that has been like 99% correct, maybe like 95% correct, because we didn't actually get customizable lightsabers, which is something that was on this document, but everything else has actually come true. So there's a lot of weight on all of these leaks right here. And one of the first things says that the end of chapter story event is going to be 100% focused on the story, which I think is absolutely awesome. So as you guys know, in a couple of months, we're going to be going into the Simpsons mini season, apparently, of course, based on leaks from this document right here. This is where all of this stuff has came from. And then after that, we're supposedly going to be getting an end of chapter story event. Now, if it does happen to be the Simpsons theme, I'm not really sure how exactly that's going to tie into Fortnite's base storyline, but we will have to wait and see. So I'm very excited to hear that Fortnite is still committing to the story, and it's not just going to be some random, Simpsons event or something like that. Now, another thing too, and I'm a little bit skeptical of this because some leakers said that this has already been disproved, or like there's really no way of proving it, so take it with a grain of salt, is that concerts will be returning in chapter 7. This is really big because a lot of people have been waiting for these types of live events again. We just talked about it with Daft Punk. People are a bit upset that it's not a live concert on the BR map, and it looks like, apparently, according to this leak, that we're going to be getting those types of like regular concerts back in Fortnite again in chapter 7. Now, whether it's on the BR map or whether it's in a brand new mode or something like that, which we will talk about later, a big mode for music is coming to Fortnite very, very soon. We have no idea, but it looks like concerts could return in chapter 7 like we know and love. Now, another thing too, and this is something that we've talked about before, is that OG may move into Chapter 2, meaning Fortnite OG may not stay like isolated as just Chapter 1, but may continue after that. Now, there has been some leaks that, Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 4 will come back, and a lot of people wondered, why do we only have leaks about Chapter 2 Season 4? I was kind of predicting that maybe OG would just go into like a fan favorites OG season sort of thing, and we would vote or something like that for, whatever it is for a month or two. But it looks like, according to this leak, that it may move into Chapter 2, and leakers have said they cannot confirm nor deny this right now. I personally would absolutely love that. Do exactly what you're doing with Chapter 1, but do it with Chapter 2. That would be so much fun. And in my opinion, Chapter 2 is one of the best maps that we've had. Now, another thing too is that it's been leaked that the dark presence that we've been talking about in the storyline for a very long time isn't a collaboration. It's going to be some character named Asmodeus or something like that, or Demon Lord, which is very interesting, especially if lore ties with this guy expand in Chapter 7 like it's been, talked about and leaked. That will be very interesting as well. But one of the biggest things, you guys, is that Party Royale and Jam Stage are apparently going to merge into one mode, and this is confirmed because we have images of it already. It was added in the files from the little small update we had yesterday, and apparently it's going to be called Festival Party Royale, which is just kind of like a mix between, festival mode and Party Royale. And apparently it's going to have seasons and proximity chat, so it's going to work the same as Party Royale, but with just a little bit more to do. I'm surprised Fortnite hasn't done something different with Party Royale in a really long time, because there's only like, a couple hundred people playing it, maybe 1,000 every now and then. So I'm really happy to see them doing something with Party Royale and mixing it with music. As you guys can see here are some of the images. It looks really cool. I don't know how many of you guys play NBA 2K, but it kind of reminds me of the city or the town in 2K that you run through, and that's how you play the games and buy stuff and things like that. Looks pretty cool. As you can see in the bottom right here, or in this image right here, we have Tron. So a Tron collab is going to have something to do with this. We also see a Nike symbol up here. So it looks like you may actually be able to, buy shoes from this area or something, or kicks in Fortnite from this area right here. There's a lot of potential with that, and I'm really interested to see where it goes. Hopefully it does tie in a little bit to a sports mode, which we've been waiting on for a very long time. Now, another thing too that we don't have a ton of information on is this Lego Mecha Fight mode. Now, I don't really have much to say about this because I have no idea what that really means. Are we going to be able to turn into mechs inside of Legos and turn into people? Who knows, but that's something that was also leaked in there. Now, remember guys, these are just leaks. None of this is guaranteed besides for like the merging of the modes or anything like that. So we will just have to wait and see. The merging of Party Royale and Jam Stage definitely is going to happen, though a new mode in a festival Party Royale sort of way is definitely coming out based on those images you saw there. Now, I'm going to go over a little bit of the skins, cosmetics, and the Halloween leaks that we got today. Now, Fortnite 2025 is going to be absolutely peak, and I've said this in a few different videos, and I'm not going to go too deep into this because I want to make an entire video for Fortnite, but there are at least 11 skins confirmed for this update. We're going to have Ghostface, Jason Voorhees, Scooby-Doo, this Mothman skin from the surveys that was leaked a long time ago, as well as a new Eternal Peely skin as well, in addition to so many more that have not even been leaked yet, and I said 11, and that's only a few of them. So a ton of stuff is coming, especially in the realm of cosmetics in Fortnite this year. But they also talked about, in terms of cosmetics, is new Warner Bros. Collabs. As you guys know, we just got Adventure Time, and that came very quickly after the death of their game with Multiverses, and then we've been expecting even more collabs with them because they said they wanted to collaborate more instead of just making their own game. So a lot of people are expecting more Warner Bros. Collabs very, very soon, and that was leaked in this document. In addition, the new Disney mode, and this is something very interesting. As you guys know, Fortnite has been developing this Disney mode in the background that's supposedly going to be able to tie into the actual parks, and it's going to be something pretty revolutionary for gaming and for Fortnite. There's not a ton of information on this, but it's apparently going to be very big. They've invested a ton of money into this mode, and apparently it's going to be a mode that's very similar to one of my favorite games of all time, and that is Disney Infinity. Now, I think this is absolutely fire. If you guys don't know what this is, if you're familiar with Skylanders, it's kind of the same sort of thing. You would buy these toys, you would put them on this little platform, and the chip or whatever that is in them would transfer that character into the game, and they'd have their own special abilities and special worlds that you could go in. You could create your own worlds, and that sounds a lot like what Fortnite is trying to do right now with this metaverse sort of thing. That was one of the first really games that we saw that tried to implement a kind of Disney metaverse. They had Marvel in there, a Star Wars version, Monsters Inc. and things like that. So this could be our way of seeing those collabs enter Fortnite, and it also makes me a lot happier about the Disney mode. I was really worried that the Disney mode was going to be something kind of boring like Party Royale, but if they make it into a Disney Infinity type mode inside of this, that will be massive, dude. That will be amazing. I cannot wait to see what they do with that, and I'm totally excited. Another thing too, and this wasn't part of the document, but it was also revealed today that Ninjago plus Lego is confirmed to happen, or Ninjago X Lego Fortnite, I guess I should say. Ninjago is finally coming to Lego Fortnite. Now, we've had a collab with them in the past. I believe there was a mode, or it may still be out, where you can do this kind of like fighting mode with Lego Ninjago inside of Fortnite, but this is going to be an official collab. Now, we don't really know a ton about it at the moment, or if there's going to be skins. We only know about the Lego portion of it, and leakers didn't give us much information, besides for the fact that it is releasing, confirmed by Fortnite and Lego themselves, on November 29th, which is about 2 months away. It's quite a ways away, definitely towards the end of the chapter there, but that is very interesting. Now, another thing too that was leaked last night that not a lot of you guys probably heard about was that the OG Season 6 pass got leaked. Now, not exactly what it looks like, but the exact skins that we're going to be remixing from the original Season 6 pass actually got leaked. So if you don't want to hear about this, click off the video because this is the very last thing, and if you don't want spoilers, this is a huge spoiler. We're going to be getting a Dire remix, which is, of course, that's the tier 100 skin, a Calamity remix, which definitely we needed because that's the tier 1 skin, one of the most iconic skins from Fortnite Chapter 1, and then we're also getting DJ Yonder, which who doesn't love DJ Yonder? And I think these are really strong picks. I really like how they were all a part of the Battle Pass as well, so I think those are great picks. I can't wait to see what those look like in game, especially the Dire one could look very, very fire if they do that. I always wish that I got Dire. I didn't get that far in the Season 6 Battle Pass, but it was also confirmed that Fortnite is currently working on OG Chapter 1 Season 7. So there was some rumors floating around because of some things in the files that OG may end after Season 6. I personally didn't believe that stuff. That's why I didn't make a video on it, like a whole entire video on it. I know I mentioned it in a few, but that is not going to be happening. And like I said, it looks like after Season X, we will be going into Fortnite Chapter 2 OG, which will be very, very fire. So yeah, guys, as you can see there were so many leaks today. Definitely wasn't expecting a bomb like that to drop absolutely out of nowhere. And remember, you guys, a lot of this stuff is completely speculatory or, you know, could have been scrapped in the background. You know, there's some stuff on this that has definitely been scrapped. Like, you know, leakers are saying that there isn't going to be a symbiote season. There's going to be nothing like that. They're also saying some other stuff, you know, an XXX Tentacion skin isn't coming anytime soon, and that is also on this document as well. So some of this stuff isn't true. It could not be true, or all of it could be true. You have to take it with a grain of salt. But like I said, if only a few of these things are actually true, I think we are in for a wild ride in the next year of Fortnite at Chapter 7. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Which of these leaks are you most excited for? Let me know. Drop a like on today's video. You watched all the way to the end. You must have enjoyed, so drop a like. Subscribe to the channel for more because I make videos like these every single day. Use code PROZEROYT to help support me even further, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.